The Vice Chancellor of Dominican University, Reverend Father Akinwale, said for Nigeria to be a better place, politics and morality must go hand in hand as there is more to share between the leaders and the led. Professor Akinwale made this known while delivering a lecture at a symposium titled Responsible Electioneering and Campaigning: What is My Role as a Citizen?, organized by the St. Vincent Fraternity to mark the St. Catherine of Siena Feast Day at Tom and Caroline Walker Hall, Dominican University, Samonda, Ibadan.
We need political office holders, leaders of multiple competence. To speak of leaders of multiple competence is to speak of leaders who are intellectually, morally, and technically competent to govern the affairs of a multi-ethnic and multi-religious entity such as Nigeria.
The thesis stressed that good Christians are good citizens, and good citizens are expected to perform their duties, which includes participation in the electoral process. He encouraged Christians to collect their permanent voters card and participate during election, as non-participation is a sin.
It is understandable that Nigerians are losing interest in the political process to the point of seeing it as pointless to go and vote. People are not sure of the integrity of the process, but getting your voter's card is like making sure you get good education, even if you are not sure you'll get a job.
However, he advised the Christians to vote for leaders of multiple competencies.
For when it comes to leadership, intellectual competence is necessary but insufficient. Moral competence is necessary but insufficient. Technical competence is necessary but insufficient. You need a three to be a leader.
Professor Adenike Emeke, the president of the fraternity, in a welcoming address, gave a brief explanation about the symposium.
I want to welcome you very warmly to this symposium today. That is one of the activities of the lay Dominican fraternity in Ibadan here. The lay Dominicans are members of the Dominican family and members of the Dominican order. They live their life as lay people, but follow the spirituality of St. Dominic, just like the fathers and the sisters do, though in their own lay state. And St. Catherine of Siena is the patron saint of lay Dominicans. Our feast day is 29th of April of every year. And because St. Catherine of Siena in her lifetime took part in things that had to do with the church and contemporary society. So it's been the practice of the fraternity here, the lay Dominicans in Ibadan here, in the last almost 20 years, to yearly mark the feast day of St. Catherine of Siena with a lecture or a symposium that has to do with contemporary issues.
Speaking from the civil society perspective, Mr. Jide Bangboshe affirmed that citizens have the right to vote for any candidate, so they should not be cajoled or enforced.
When we talk about responsible electioneering process, responsible electioneering process will be responsible if only it embraces element of electoral integrity, which involves both ethical behavior and legal institution systems that promote and protect free, fair, credible, non-violent and participatory election.
The Assistant Commissioner of Police of Oyo State, ACP, Dr. Sabil Akinfenwa, while addressing the attendants, announced that the police are getting fully prepared for the election. She explained that the police force have vital roles to play before, during, and after election.
As the nation of Nigeria approaches another political scene in governance, come 2019, it must be borne in mind that respecting institutions concerned, and in fact, the police, who is an umpire in this case, and other sister agencies, must prepare with a great focus to work the nation through achieving a perfectly policed election. Expect it.
Meanwhile, the resident electoral commissioner (REC) of Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC Oyo State, Barrister Mutiu Agboke, said necessary measures are being put in place to ensure free, fair, and credible election in 2019. He lamented at the rate at which people refuse to collect their PVCs in the state and encouraged them to do so.
People find it easy to go and do registration. collection is a major effort, and that effort is not only for INEC. So what we have, the method we have devised, one is for us to increase the tempo of information. Majority of people are not even aware that the cards are there uncollected. As we claim that most of them are not even coming, the more we try to use the radio platform for information, the more they come around. Not only that, as we are doing the registration, the cards are going, the distribution of the cards are going along with it. We ask our officers to move this card along registration areas, and as they are going about, they carry the cards with them and people are collecting it.
Bukola Aborode reporting for CU Africa.